Z-guard or knee shield, I'm hooking this one here, and it's going to be important later on, and I'm framing. Then when he comes in for crossface, right, I want to come in and control that posture. If he's loose, I throw my leg over the top, I stop, and then I go. If he's a little bit tighter, I can do a little bit of a snake, bring my knee on the inside, and then flare. Then I can stop, and then come over the top, and I thread across that far side hip. And this is my distance control. Hooking, then I go to the wrist, I pinch, and then I finish the armbar. Now we're gonna talk about what your partner is gonna do, right? So he comes in, pressuring, I can snake, bring this on the inside. Remember, drive, heavy, and then come over the top and thread. So I wanna make sure that I'm on that far side hip. So what he can do is, he'll roll over his right shoulder. So if I keep everything where it's at, and he rolls over the right shoulder, right, I can follow him, and I can still finish it. I need to elevate my hips a little bit, and then turn and finish, right? But with that leg hooking, it's a little bit unpredictable on what he can do. So we're gonna disengage a little bit. So here, if he's open, I can just go over the top. I'm gonna drive down, then I come over the top. So if he rolls, just disengage. My right foot goes underneath his right armpit. I snake, and then I throw my left leg over the face. Make sure I'm controlling the wrist, pinching, 2-on-1, and then finishing the armbar. The other thing you can do with your legs is threading your right foot behind the head, which is always going to be a lot stronger. So remember, left foot has to hook that bottom. Right one is going to come in low. He comes in for the cross face. Boom. I have it nice and tight. If he's heavy on my knee like this, I'm going to snake out. I want to bring my knee on the inside here. Then I drive down, and I come over the top and thread. So if he goes over, right, I can thread my right foot underneath his head and then throw this one over. So now I'm here and I'm here. And then I can control and I can finish. It's hard to finish when you're on this angle. It's better to finish when you're on this angle. I have better access to his arm, and then my leg can stop down, preventing him from coming up. But if he overcomes it on this one, I may lose the head, and then I have to chase him. So make sure that when you're finishing, you're on this side, coming over the top, pinching, and then finishing the armbar. Okay? So another common response is when they're in that Choi Bar position, they want to step over, almost like they're defending omoplata. Right? So same thing, I'm hooking, shield's low, he's coming in, I'm going for that grip. Remember, if his arm is turned, I can always hook on this part, or I can get my butterfly grip. So here, if it's an open shot, I just come over the top. I'm gonna stomp down to create space, angle his arm a little bit, and then I thread this over. So if he starts to posture and then he steps over, right? So he steps over and then he starts posturing up, my leg is just gonna follow like that. So it's easy when his head's up for me to just follow my foot behind, elevate, and then finish with my armbar here. Now, the other thing that would happen is I don't like it when he steps over. And it means if he steps over, I don't have enough control. So I'm here, I snake out, knee comes on the inside, boom, I'm gonna stomp, then I come over the top. So we're here. If I feel like he starts to step up, I want to make sure that I'm keeping my legs clamped to the ground like this. So his shoulder and his posture is broken. So when he starts stepping over me, I can finish the armbar right here. I don't have to do anything else. I'm pinching together and my right leg is clamped on the ground so I can finish here. If he continues to step over, right, I just finish it right here. It's super tight. I'm just keeping my right leg really, really heavy and I'm clamping it together. You don't need to figure four, you can. You can just keep them separated, pinching on the ground, and then going for that. When he comes in, but instead of me going deep, I'm gonna go more shallow. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to his arm, and I'm gonna pull, I'm gonna go like wrist to wrist, and I wanna make sure that my elbow is peeking up at the ceiling like this. So that when he tries to pull out his arm, I have connection, right? Then I can either release and frame, or I can just snake out and bring my shin on the inside here. I could be hooking if I need push and pull, or I can keep it down here, depending on your rule set. So if you're keeping it down, a little bit higher. If you're gonna hook it, keep it a little bit higher, lower like this. So the finishing mechanics is, I'm gonna extend my right shin straight. I'm gonna pull my elbow to my right and drive my head to my left. So it's like this here. Just like that, super simple, right? So again, knee shield, he comes in. We're gonna go like this and keep it nice and clamped. If my elbow's up, it's hard for him to pull out. And if I'm going to pull out your arm on me, yeah, I have good control. Then I can snake out, bring my shin in. I'm gonna extend as I pull this to my right and my head goes to my left. Here, and boom, like that. I don't wanna adjust my hands, do this or anything like that. The nice thing is that if his thumb goes down, right, you can always just drive and then go right back to the Choi Bar thing that we